Hello and welcome to our channel, your trusted destination for the latest breakthroughs, trends, and stories in the world of technology. Today, we are diving into a curious shift in the smartphone industry. Once hailed as a hallmark of premium quality, Gorilla Glass by Corning used to dominate the conversation at flagship phone launches. But lately, something has changed. Chinese smartphone makers are no longer showcasing Corning's famous glass in their announcements. In fact, the name Gorilla Glass is now conspicuously absent. What happened? Has Gorilla Glass fallen out of favor? Or is something else going on behind the scenes? Let us take a closer look. Not so long ago, Gorilla Glass was synonymous with flagship durability. It gained global fame after being featured on the original iPhone, and soon after, every high-end smartphone boasted about having it. It was lightweight, thin, scratch-resistant, and tough enough to be the gold standard in mobile displays. Back then, not using Gorilla Glass meant your device was not truly premium. But fast forward to today, and that narrative has shifted, especially in the Chinese smartphone industry. Xiaomi has introduced its own Dragon Crystal glass. Huawei promotes its Kunlun glass. Honor boasts about its giant Rhino glass. Even Meizu has entered the game with something called Titan glass. In the face of this wave of in-house branded display glass, Corning has seemingly disappeared from launch events, but not from the industry itself. In fact, the truth is far more interesting. Corning is not fading away. In fact, it is thriving and evolving. Let us first address a key point: Gorilla Glass never stopped developing. After 6 major iterations, Corning moved on to high-performance lines like Gorilla Glass Victus, Victus 2, and the ultra-premium Gorilla Glass Armor. Recently, they introduced Gorilla Glass 7i and even a new material called Gorilla Glass Ceramic, designed to take durability and scratch resistance to the next level. Rumors suggest the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge might feature this new ceramic glass. Even Apple, which no longer advertises Gorilla Glass directly, still collaborates with Corning. The ceramic shield introduced with the iPhone 12 was a co-development between the two companies, so no, Corning is not being replaced due to poor performance. Instead, the shift is largely about branding and strategy. Chinese companies are increasingly building their own supply chains, with rising confidence in local R&D and a strong desire for differentiation. Smartphone brands want to own not just the design and the software but also the materials. By developing and branding their own protective glass, they gain marketing leverage and product identity. Take Xiaomi's Dragon Crystal glass, for instance. In its official tests, the material scored a Vickers hardness rating of 860 HV 0.025, higher than both Huawei's Kunlun glass and even Apple's ceramic shield. Naturally, this becomes a point of pride and a centerpiece in launch presentations. Meanwhile, Gorilla Glass is no longer the hero feature it once was. In a time when consumers are more concerned with camera quality, battery life, AI performance, and screen refresh rates, glass durability only makes headlines when a company promises their phone can survive being run over by a truck. Absent that kind of spectacle, the glass becomes a behind-the-scenes component, not a marketing hook. But here's the twist: Corning does not depend on Gorilla Glass to stay afloat. According to Corning's 2024 financial report, the company posted $14.47 billion in core revenue, a 7% increase from the previous year, with a net income of $1.699 billion, up 16%. And only about 14% of that revenue came from the specialty materials division, which includes Gorilla Glass. Even within that 14%, Gorilla Glass for smartphones is just one of many products. Corning also makes glass for car windshields, in-vehicle displays, airplane windows, and industrial devices. One of their standout products is auto-grade Gorilla Glass, specially engineered for automotive applications. So what is the real financial engine behind Corning's success? It is not Gorilla Glass. It is optical fiber. Corning invented the world's first low-loss optical fiber in 1970. Today, they lead the global market in high-quality fiber for telecommunications and data infrastructure. In 2024, optical communications made up 32% of Corning's total revenue, their largest single business segment. To put that in perspective, Corning has manufactured over 50 billion kilometers of fiber, enough to wrap around the Earth 12,500 times. Their premium SMF28 ULL fiber offers ultra-low loss and high flexibility, critical for today's booming AI-driven data centers and cloud infrastructure. Last year, as generative AI exploded in popularity and data demand surged, Corning's sales spiked, and their stock price rose 12%, hitting a 3-year high. So, while the world talks about phone screens, Corning is quietly powering the internet's backbone. And let us not forget the other business units. Corning is a major supplier of LCD display substrates, which accounted for 27% of revenue in 2024. Their life sciences and environmental technologies divisions also contribute significantly to the company's diverse and resilient portfolio. So back to our question. Why is Gorilla Glass no longer a focus at Chinese smartphone launches? It comes down to a combination of factors. First, consumers are less concerned with screen durability, unless it offers something spectacular. Second, Chinese smartphone makers are investing in their own proprietary materials, which allows them to build independent supply chains and enhance product identity. Third, the glass itself, while still world-class, is no longer the headline feature it once was. Meanwhile, Corning is not just surviving, it is thriving. It has shifted from smartphone marketing to deeper, broader global infrastructure. Whether in cars, data centers, laboratories, or next-generation screens, Corning's materials are everywhere, even if the spotlight is not. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden world of tech materials, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you do not miss our next story. We will see you soon right here, where technology comes to life.